Hello again! Today I'm back with a slightly different video to celebrate hitting 1,000 subscribers. Tons of questions got sent in from you all, so I picked out a handful for today's video. Before we start, I'd like to say thank you, of course, for the big 1,000. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go on to the questions. Least played game mode in class. Team Deathmatch and Arsonist. I don't play much Team Deathmatch because I just find it more boring. I'd rather play an objective, and Arsonist just never really was a fun class for me. When did you start playing TC2? I don't have an exact date, but it was somewhere maybe 2019, 2018, around that part, I believe, since I have a 2018 Halloween hat, so there you go, I guess. What is your favorite class and the favorite weapon of the class? I've been playing a lot more Annihilator lately, but I still don't think it's my favorite class. I think my favorite class will always be Flanker. I mean, I made a video called My Favorite Class, and it was Flanker. But still, Annihilator's a pretty fun class, but Flanker's definitely my favorite. My favorite weapon on Flanker will probably be the Looper DB, to be honest. I also made a video on that. I just really love how much movement it opens up, and the damage output is pretty nice, and the knockback can be pretty funny. How do you get Ragdoll to fly so far? You gotta press G on your keyboard.
Launching in 3, 2.
Yeah. Have you ever tried TC2 Comp? No, I have never tried playing TC2 competitive. I don't even really care for it. I mean, it seems fun, you know, playing with more players that are on your level instead of in public servers where usually everyone's below your level when you're level 200. What do you use to record? I use OBS to record and Adobe Premiere Pro to edit my videos. Are you good at Annihilator? I think I'm okay. What is the best way to play Battle Mechanic? Personally, I usually will play with either the Einsteinium or just stock shotgun. And if we're talking Battle Mechanic, we're usually playing the Gunslinger, but you can sometimes do pretty well if you're playing with the Eureka Effect. But Eureka Effect's just meta, so I guess that doesn't really count. For your secondary, if you want to be a menace, use the Wrangler. But mainly I'll just use the pistol, because you can't really go wrong with the pistol. When did you start TC2, and what level did you get your first unusual? Like I said earlier, around 2019 to 2018 was when I joined somewhere there. What level I got my first unusual at might be around 50 or something. I can't remember what level I was at the time, but I know my first unusual was my medic hat, which is a limited Halloween hat that I've kept all over the time of playing TC2. Have you tried TF2? Yes, I still play TF2. I have a little bit of hours. What's the reason you started YouTube/playing TC2? For YouTube, I mainly just started when I was just uploading random crap that I just felt like. What I'm doing now for TC2 content, I kept doing it because people actually started watching it, and now it's just become a hobby I do a lot. I started playing TC2 just because I found it through Rolf's game since I used to play Arsenal. And then I found TF2 through TC2, and, you know, now we're here. Opinions on Annihilator in general. It's a pretty fun class. Blowing stuff up is pretty fun. And if you can get a medic on your side, you can cause some really good damage. And its subclass is very nice. What time is it? It's 3:18. You like cats? Yeah, cats are cool. Least favorite weapon for a class. For Flanker, I really don't like the Mad Milk that much. I can't seem to find more use to it compared to me using a pistol, so I rarely use the Mad Milk. If it was just, I don't know. There's no way that I guess you could really make it better. I think it's just not for my play style. Well, I'm more aggressive and usually will just play around HP packs, and I don't really need it. What other games do you play outside of Roblox? I've answered this on stream before, but mainly anything on Steam. I still play a lot of Team Fortress 2. Some games I've been playing a lot right now are stuff like City Skylines, and right now I'm waiting for Slime Rancher 2 to come out, because I liked the first one a lot. But yeah, I play a bundle of other games. I also play a lot of VR games like Blade and Sorcery and stuff. You teach me your ways of having good FPS and skill? Probably not, but FPS-wise, play with less tabs open, close a lot of things before you start playing. Skill-wise, it's just practice. If you play more of the game, you'll get better. In your opinion, what's the most annoying class? I think the most annoying class is definitely Marksman, because Marksman isn't too hard to play for being able to shoot people from across the map and instantly killing them. It's a pretty annoying class to fight. True or false? False. Can you answer this? Opinions on the Maverick. Will you ever do a soldier video with it? I think it's criminally underused and underrated. I mean, it's a good weapon, but I don't think I'd ever make a video on it. I don't use it too often myself. It's definitely a good weapon, and I've had some pretty decent moments with it, but I don't use it often myself. Favorite hat for each class? I think my favorite hat for each class will be the ones that I'm wearing on mine, which I don't know if that counts just because I wear them because they're my unusuals, but they're my favorite ones, though. Some of these I don't have. Maybe you can show us every loadout you think is best for every class, subclass included. Okay, now I'm in-game. Now, I mainly just use pretty basic stuff. For flanker, I'm just using stock and Sandman. I've been recently using the Handyman a little, but I don't think it's the best. I think I just use it because it's funny. I also use Looper DB a little bit. For Trooper, this is normally what I use. I usually just use stock, Market Gardener, and Gunboats. I don't use banners too much, but when I do, it's either battalions or buff banner. Arsonist, I don't play a lot of Arsonist, but this is the loadout I'm usually running. I don't have any tips for you on Arsonist. Annihilator, again, pretty basic. Stock grenade launcher because, you know, why wouldn't you use stock grenade launcher? Tide Turner and my Cutlass, which is just a stock reskin, so, you know. But for Demo Knight on this, I'm usually playing with this loadout, and sometimes Raging Bull, but, you know. Brute is another class I don't play too often, but when I do, this is usually the loadout I'm running. If we don't have any medics, I'll play with the Hot Dog, but, you know. Mechanic, this is how I usually run. Sometimes I'll throw in a short circuit if I'm getting harassed, or Wrangler, you know, like you do. This is my normal medic loadout I'm usually running. Sometimes I'll run Super Saw, but Dentist Light's pretty nice. Oh, level 100 Saw. Nice. I just use all stock on Marksman and all stock for Agent. I know it isn't exciting, but you don't need to change this up, really. I still need a strange SMG. And, you know, I have some other loadouts, so stuff will vary depending on how I feel like playing. You know, I don't have anything set on these, but, you know, if I feel like playing some other way, I have other loadouts. And I don't have any other loadouts on Arsonist. Annihilator, these are my loadouts. This is my first boss. Brute, you know. I've got my versus boss loadout, and then one without a hat. And then one with the hat again. So apparently I forgot. Mechanic, I have no others. Oh, I guess I do. I have this. For Doctor, you know, some pretty basic stuff, but yeah. Marksman, nothing. Oh, one for versus bosses. And Agent, nothing. Those are my loadouts. That's probably the end of the Q&A for now. Well, since I got a lot of questions, and I just picked out some of my favorites for this. But just thanks to anyone who sent a question, and thank you for 1,000. This is pretty generic of a video, but I put a poll in. I got 90% of you saying, yeah, do a Q&A, so now we're here. So, thanks.